Hello everyone, I'm Anime Master. Welcome to another Sonic 1 hacking tutorial. I don't think I've got the right, I don't even think I've actually got the right what's going on there. Just do that. Alright. Actually no, that's not what I want. There we go, I believe that's right. Remember. Yeah, looks about right, I think. So yeah, we've reverted back. Now, we don't just want this bland, we want something new. We want something a bit more, well, just something that looks a bit more better. Now, one of the easiest things I would say is just to add more color, add more volume to it. So we've got just a dark brown here and a light sort of orangey brownish going on here, but it's two palettes, it's not much. So let's try a slightly lower brown and just sort of shade that half in. It might look fantastic, but again, this is just a demonstration. Okay, and we can do the same for this. Just slightly shade, or I may even use the yellow one. So now we've already used two palettes here. That's it. So altogether, that's 4, basically, that we've used. Now again, it looks a bit strange, but again, it's it's just a demonstration. But that's like a simple thing. Or say, for example, we don't want to do that. We want to erase this. We want to revert back. And this is all before I'm saving, so this is all just for test purposes, of course. Okay, let's do something different. Let's make it like a square inside, so it'd be like this. And do the same for this. So it's like that. And there we've got a sort of a strange little tiny little square checker blocks, I should say. I'll just press Z to go through a few chunks. As you can see, it looks a bit strange. It still looks like Green Hill Zone, of course, because we haven't done major changes at all. But yeah, that's basically how you do it in SonED. And I will touch up on ways to not do it in SonED 2, but I would say it will probably end up you importing it. Again, I'll touch up on importing. But for most of the time, if I'm doing something not like really like an overhaul, like I don't know, deleting all these tiles, starting over again. If I'm not doing something like that, then normally I would just stick to SonED 2. Depending on what I'm doing, basically. So yeah, it's pretty much. I'll just go through just looking at it. So I'm not sure if I've done that right there, but yeah, that's pretty much. It is pretty much how it. Let's say how it should be. But yeah, so now we've got this checkerboard, as it were, checkerboard. And we'll just change this if it makes a difference, but it shouldn't do. Oops. No, okay. But yeah, that's basically how we do it. Well, we're going to sort out a style. We're going to, for this demonstration purposes, we are going to come up with something. All right. Alright, okay. Now, I'm probably going to stick with just this one tile. Of course, I know, not very original, but we're going to do something completely different. Right. So, first thing I'm going to do is just gonna colour this in like that. So, ooh, very strange looking going on there. Now I will colour this side, and then I think I will do this, and then I will do this. Okay. Okay, now slightly weird. In order to make it sort of look better, we'd obviously be going to edit these. I may edit these in the video, but again, it's not really necessary. This is just sort of basic stuff. I mean, you know simple how to edit. I may give you some tips on sort of rough ideas that you can do. But yeah, this is basically what we're going to do. Of course, you don't actually have to do this, but I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do for a simple edit and simple foreground edit for now. And I may save it, I may not, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got a new pattern anyway. Now, it looks different. It's still sort of a squarish. So what I suggest is adding more colour. So I'm just gonna add this line, see what it looks like. Add this line here. Now, don't know about you, but that sort of looks a bit interesting. Sort of looks good. Let's just go through. Now you might think that, oh, it looks a bit too much, or no, it's too much sort of going on there. Or maybe it's like a remake of Green Hill. The old past. Like I said, if you'd done this, it probably would have been fine. But if we don't like it, again, we can just go back or whatever. Or so, for example, let's add another one. Why not? Let's add another one. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, don't do that. Ooh, starting to look a bit like pipes there, so, which is interesting to say the least. Of course, it's recurring pipes as it were. So yeah, which I think is quite interesting actually. An interesting design there. We've kind of got like pipes going on here, kind of like square pipes, as you will, as it were. Strange sort of pipe-looking things going on there. So yeah, I think we'll sort of keep with that design. Now, a thing, of course, to note is with darker blocks is that you want to keep with the darker colours. And of course, you can experiment. Now, I will just say quickly here, the palette up here is to do with the water. So be very careful, unless you're not actually using water, you know. But I will say, because this is actual code being used, I believe it's the power cycle routine. This is in programming ASM, which again I'll touch up further on another tutorial. But because this is actual programmed to use it, you'd have to go into the program file and remove it or comment it out. Because otherwise, if you say if I add blue randomly in this tree, it will sort of start, I suppose, randomly changing different colours of blues because it thinks it's water and it's not. So, you know, that's program based. You have to stop it from doing that, and then after you can change that series of colours to something else. So yeah, just a note basically. But again, with things like these, you know, just have a look. And as you can see here, we've got the normal squares, or should I say checkerboard squares. And then if we go up here, you may notice, or may not notice, it's slightly opposite, I will say. But say for example, this would be how it looks like. Well, actually no, think of it this way. We've got the one here and one here. If we go up here, this is being moved up, and so that top bit actually ends up at the bottom here, and then we've got this one that was down here up here, and you can see it's got like, I suppose you could say it's got like an indent, so it shows that you're going, you know, you've got this indent wall here, and you can do this with the opposite. And I basically, what I remember, I think this would be really bright and this would be darker and lighter, like darker and then a bit lighter again. To do the opposite, just to show that it's coming out rather than coming in, if that makes sense. and little things like that. You've probably seen Sega's level design, and there's been you know, sort of little different things like that going on there. But that's a little handy tip, so you know that's going up, so we can sort of use that to our advantage and be like, oh, okay, we'll edit this, we'll edit that. And again, you know, look at your style and we think, if that's gone up, say, by, I don't know, 2, then perhaps we should go up by 2 or 4, you know, experiment, see what we can come up with. But that's basically how we edit things into tile edits. And again, you know, if we say, for example, we want to randomly put stuff here, we just select our tile by right clicking, or just go to the block editor, find the block and left click, and then we can just left click our way through and just paste some stuff. Or, you know, say for example you just want to move some blocks about, like say for example I want to put the totem pole here or something, you know, I can just put it there and put it on top of each other, or whatever, you know. Have a look at the different chunks, scroll through the Z button, etc. And yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. And also, just a note, if we go into the tile editor, we've got the list of tiles as well. Now the only time I personally go in here is I want to delete the tile, or I really can't find what I'm looking for. Most of the time I'll just go in a chunk, select the block, select the tile that way. But of course it's always there, you know, if you want to look at something. Or again, like I said, if you want to completely delete everything and you want to start again, start from the bottom, hold Control and Z, and just continuously press the Z button while holding Control. I'm not going to do it, of course. And it will start deleting the tiles, and it will do it exactly the same for block and chunk when you're in both editors. If you just want to select something specifically, just hover your mouse over a tile or a block, hold Control and press D, and that will delete that selected tile, block or chunk. So yeah, there's some useful, those are some useful tips. Okay, I'm just going to save project. Alright. As you can see, of course it looks a bit strange, but again, this is just a simple tile edit, just to demonstrate this is how you edit tiles and stuff. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to test the ROM. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I've now built it, so I hope you've built yours, and we want to go see if these tiles work. I mean, should be a reason why they shouldn't work, should they? Sega. Okay, we got a green hill zone, and oh, this doesn't look right. Shouldn't have. Something. Why isn't this showing up? Right, okay, guys. Now, I know the reason for this, and I'm just going to explain. We're going to need to do a little bit of editing in the program, in the assembly programming, ASM for short. Now, don't worry, don't panic. It's nothing really hard. It's really simple, quite straightforward. This is just sort of used for really, I would say, Green Hill Zone, because of the way it's set up with the title screen. So, what I'm going to say is I'm going to come back, I'm going to go over to my disassembly, so have your disassembly displayed and ready if you're following me, and yeah, I'll basically explain from there on why this is happening and what we need to do to fix it.